Hello and welcome to the Aftermath show with myself, Pippa Monique and Charlene Smith. 0-0 at the Emirates against Crystal Palace. Not the result we was hoping for, but I mean, if you're going to take any positives, at least we kept a clean sheet and we didn't lose. But it's just not the game we wanted to see, was it? It was very flat, lackluster performance. Obviously, Arteta was forced to make some changes today with some calf strains with Kieran Tierney and Pablo Mari, whatever's happening there. And there was a lot of changes made to the winning side, but we still kept that front four that, links up and scores goals, but it just wasn't happening today. Like, what went wrong?
Do you know, when the game started, it looked like it was going to be an exciting game with a bit of energy. I don't know if that's because we're coming on the back end of Newcastle, so it looked like we had a bit of pace to begin with. And then second half, we started off well, and it just got flat and boring.
Yeah.
What went wrong? I don't know. We had a couple shots on target, and I liked the fact that we played with a bit more confidence and just started taking shots. Like Holding, when he just came through, Ainsley Maitland-Niles just came and took that shot. Like, that's what I want to see more of.
Speaking of Ainsley Maitland-Niles, remember, guys, this is the show where you get your comments in and we all talk about the game together, and we'll go through as many of your comments as we can. The first comment I've seen here is from little Chris, who says, we didn't play well today because of Maitland-Niles, plus that shows why Arsenal are boring. Now, it's so sad because Ainsley Maitland-Niles was so influential at the back end of last season after Project Restart, and he's been dropped, and he finally gets to start after such a while. Obviously, it's not in his preferred position. He's playing left back, or I don't even know what position you're going to call it, but it was down as left back, but he was all up and down that left wing and a bit in the midfield. But he just wasn't great, and it's not his fault. He hasn't played in ages, had a run of games in a long time, and he's not playing in his preferred position, so it was really unfair. But he was one of the weakest links today, so it's a bit unfair on him. And I feel like today's performance was his chance to show Arteta, this is why you should pick me to start, and he just didn't sell himself well enough, which is a shame. What did you make of his performance?
It's a massive shame, and I mean, I was all for him getting subbed off because in comparison to the other players, he did, like you say, look like the weakest link. But could that be down to the lack of game time? But yeah, not the greatest performance to sum it up.
Brio says, why are we so obsessed with crossing so much? Did we forget that we sold Giroud? I didn't read the whole comment. I was just going to say, imagine if we still had Giroud. He'll be dying for those type of headers that Kieran Tierney puts in, and whoever else was putting in crosses in today in the box. He also says, we don't make the early press to Oba's early run. Didn't even counter-attack once. I'm sure there was at least one counter-attack, but there wasn't that many back and forth to be happening for us to do any counters, to be fair. There's a few corners that Crystal Palace had, but there wasn't much opportunity for us to break on the counter. But yeah, man, there was nothing that made me think, all right, we're going to get a goal out of this. Like, nothing. Not even the little link-up play that we would expect from Emile Smith-Rowe, Xhaka, and Lacazette, because I felt like Crystal Palace were really well organised and they knew just how to box Emile Smith-Rowe in. Like, there was not much freedom for him to find as much space as he normally does against other opponents. I don't know. What did you make of that?
I agree with you. I mean, Benteke and Zaha looked like a bit of a threat to us in the first half as well. Yeah. I think we handled them pretty well. Do you feel like we was missing Kieran Tierney today?
100%. That. I think that made the whole difference. But I feel like with players such as Kieran Tierney, who we worried from last season, from when we signed him, because we signed him and he was injured straight away pretty much. From the moment we signed him, we was always worried that he was a bit injury prone. So we have to be careful with him. And he's our only left back. I mean, when Tierney's not there, who are we going to play? Maitland-Niles, like Kolasinac is gone. He's our only left back. And I worry about young players like that burning out. I worry about it with Xhaka as well. Although he's playing well, I feel like there's going to be a time where we're going to be like, please protect Xhaka. He's playing too many games, too many minutes. So yeah, Kieran Tierney was definitely the missing piece of the jigsaw today. But that whole left-hand side wasn't working, even with Aubameyang. Aubameyang was doing okay, in my opinion. I'm sure there's going to be some comments slating Aubameyang. I mean, it happens. Everyone's, got their right to have their opinion. But I felt like that left-hand side just wasn't working at all. Should I get in some stats of the game?
Let's get into some stats.
I'm not sure if you want to hear them, but I'll go through some stats anyway. Arsenal extended their winless. We've extended our winless top flight League One against Crystal Palace to 5 matches, drawing 4 of those, as you know, lost 1. Crystal Palace have kept consecutive Premier League clean sheets for the first time since a run of 4 in a row between February and June last year. And Arsenal have kept 4 consecutive clean sheets in all competitions for the first time since October 2016. How bad is that? That's a bad stat,
Well, at least we kept a clean sheet.
Exactly. Big up Leno. Leno made some really key saves as well, actually, to be fair.
And Xhaka as well. Some good blocks from him.
Yeah, I mean, Before I get into some stats from Granit Xhaka, I want to know what the comments made of him. There's also a super chat here that I'll try and read out and get pinned on the screen if it's still here. If not, I'll just read it out. It comes from number 016, says, Troops looks like he's about to have a breakdown, but at least Arsenal's back to their old selves. Garbage. Troops, we told you not to leave. I mean, we didn't lose, but it definitely wasn't a win. It wasn't
Troops, come
back. Okari says, we missed Tierney today. Truth be told, Palace defended well. Yeah, they did. We scored goals in our last 3 games. I mean, it's disappointing, but it wasn't the worst performance. It wasn't actually a bad performance, but it wasn't a good one. Do you know what I mean? It was very mid-table performance.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, let me scroll down. I don't want to miss too many comments, though, but let me read some before I scroll down. So Jesse says, opportunity missed to catch up in league. Leno man of the match, kept us in the game. A clean sheet, but not good enough. I hope we can beat Newcastle. No creativity. We need someone badly. You two doing great. Who was your man of the match, actually?
I don't know. No, that was a joke.
Okay.
I think Granit Xhaka played all right today. He did make some key blocks for us. But man of the match, am I in agreement with Jesse and go for Leno for the key saves he made? I think
it's crazy because before I read Jesse's comment, if you was to ask me who's man of the match, I would say no one had a stand-up performance. But then,
that's how I feel.
How can I forget about our goalkeeper? It has to go to Leno, in my opinion, anyway.
There's no one that really stood out.
No one at all.
I think everyone was more or less, other than Ainsley, I think everyone else was more or less on the same sort of wavelength performance-wise.
5 out of 10, you're saying 5s and 6s out of 10s, basically.
No, I'm not giving no player ratings here.
Teme says, don't expect to win every week with players like Bellerin. We're the same level of small teams. We need more quality players like Partey, Xhaka and Tierney. There's a few more super chats coming in. I'm not able to pin them. But Fizz113 says, what a great week for Arsenal. Now a Premier League draw before the FA Cup draw. 46 more games and you've beaten the Invincibles. Xhaka is better than Bergkamp. Well, that's banter. Moving on. Francis says, all right, well, we know who's top of the league. Anyway, Bacon says, Redknapp summed it up perfectly. Bad game. What are you going to do when it's not 3-2? I heard, did you hear him singing that? Yeah. Not great when missing a left back is such an impact on a game. And Karima says, it's good to get a reminder that we need to reinforce a few positions this window and next. If we won this match, then that would have been forgotten about, buying a world-class attacking midfielder. You were going to say something, Shah, go on.
Do you feel like we perhaps need to try and get a left back in this transfer window?
Yeah, definitely before the end of the season. I don't know if it will happen this transfer window, but definitely. Kieran Tierney is a great left back, but he cannot be the only one. Like I said, he has little knocks and niggles all the time. So we need someone that's going to come in to replace him when he's not able to play. And there's a lot of games to go, man. We're still in the FA Cup. There's Europa League games, Premier League fixture. Like, we have to have a backup left back. There's no chance he's going to play all of those remaining games in left back position by himself.
And obviously with COVID about as well, you just don't know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
So for those reasons as well. What did you make of Bellerin's performance today?
Do you know what? At some points, no offense to him, at some points I actually forgot he was on the pitch. But when I did see him, he actually looked like one of the brightest sparks. He was getting some crosses into the box. He was defending quite well. But there were moments where he was just thinking, bro, like, how are you letting Zaha spin you like this? But at the same time, he didn't let Zaha score. He still redeemed himself. He left it a bit late to redeem himself with his runs. Rob Holding as well. But at least they defended him with little slide tackles, getting the ball out to concede the corner instead. But it was an okay performance. Nothing to write home about. He didn't disappoint me. Let's put it that way.
I mean, I know you're a big critique of Pepe. So I have to ask, what did you make of Pepe?
Oh, did Pepe come on? I'm joking. I'm the nice one, man. It's hard to judge him. He wasn't on for that long. I know he tried to get balls into the box as well, but at least he was doing less of the whole fancy tricks and stuff, because that's what annoys me about him. He wasn't doing it too much in this game. He was just trying to get straight to the point, get a goal, trap back. But it was a decent performance from him. He wasn't on long enough. Yeah. Danny says can't score because missing a left back. What a joke club. You got anything to say to Danny on that one?
I mean, we did miss Kieran Tierney. That's what I'm going to say on that one.
Tolu says, what an uninspiring performance. We really suffered. Everyone's talking about Tierney. We really suffered about Tierney. I don't know how long we're going to keep talking about the lack of creativity and intensity. Why have Arsenal got no playmaker like Bruno or De Bruyne? I thought you guys were calling Emile Smith Rowe the Croydon De Bruyne. What happened? Where's that gone? I thought Emile Smith Rowe was the answer. We were saying that last week, wasn't he?
What did you make of Emile Smith Rowe today?
Like I said, we couldn't get the best out of him because Crystal Palace were too well organised. Like I said before, they didn't give him enough space to do what he wanted to do every time. They just knew that he was going to be the one pulling the strings, so they were just onto him. So it was hard for him to really create anything.
Yeah.
Craig said, I felt like Louise and Holding held the ball way too long. Palace got back in shape and we couldn't break them down. Yeah, we needed the forward players to get the ball and not the centre-backs. I mean, at one point, David Luiz was running all the way up into the opposition's box.
I know.
It's a really good ball into the box as well. But I was just thinking, David, where are you going? You're a centre-back? I mean, I know you haven't played in a while, but do you remember that you hold the back line? You're not supposed to be. But at least he was trying to create something.
Exactly. And sometimes that's what we just need. Players to just come and attack.
Alex, I don't know who he's responding to with this comment, but says, obviously watched a different match to me. There wasn't a single attacking player that played well. Best player on the pitch was Leno. He saved you guys a point. And that's exactly what me and Charlene said. So I'm not sure who Alex is talking to there. The Gil says Xhaka was superb today. Wasn't expecting any comments like that, but clearly we're watching the same game because I thought a lot of people would be like, Xhaka was terrible because he made a couple fouls in the first, I think it was like 15 minutes or something. And Xhaka, so this is like his commemorative game, or like not the anniversary to the date, but last time he played Crystal Palace at home, this was the epic moment where the fans booed him and the whole incident happened. Did he low-key redeem himself today?
I mean, you could see him getting a bit frustrated when Zaha went down. You could just see him, and I was getting a bit nervous. But I mean, I think he did redeem himself. He sort of held himself well.
All Things Football says, I know people think Pepe doesn't do enough, but he isn't getting consistent starts. Start him in 3 consecutive games. I mean, it's not up to us, man.
Exactly. And All Things Football, if you started Pepe, who would you not have started? Who would you have swapped him for? Let us know. I
mean, what options are there? Would say if they started Pepe?
Yeah, because he said start Pepe. So I'm saying for today's game, if you wanted Pepe to start, who would you not have started?
That means Saka would have to get substituted for that, wouldn't it? That's the position Saka was playing on the right wing.
But Pepe could have played on the left.
Yeah, true that.
So let us know. Who would you have taken off?
Kai Hin says, not a bad game, but our problem is our depth. We don't have a bench that can change something. Eddie and Pepe, nothing. And Louise, Mr. Slowpoke, needs to move the ball faster. That is what Mari did. Yeah, I know it's crazy because Mari's only been playing a few games, but he was greatly missed as well. I was thinking, when I didn't see him in the starting lineup, I thought, to be fair, when I saw the whole starting lineup, I didn't expect to win. I'm actually very, is the word happy? I'm pleased that we actually didn't concede because I saw the starting lineups and I thought, right, Crystal Palace are going to have a field day with us. Eberechi Eze is going to ruin, or Zaha's going to ruin Bellerin. And that was my immediate thoughts on the starting 11. So I'm actually okay with the fact that we drew because on paper I was expecting us to lose, but we can't keep not getting a win against Crystal Palace, like, honestly.
Did you have a score prediction then before the game?
Yeah, it was the most ridiculous score prediction because I was going off the fact that we won the last couple of league games and the FA Cup games. So I predicted 3-1. Are you joking?
3-1.
We couldn't even create 3 chances, about 3 goals.
I actually predicted a 2-1 win. Just that safe. Oh, are you talking about in our show pips? You went for 3-1.
Yeah, I predicted 3-1. And I stuck with that prediction. I thought, you know what? Yeah, we'll win 3-1. Why not?
Oh.
I've seen this comment a lot before the game was on Twitter saying Mari didn't play because Arsenal had to pay 900,000 if he played today. If Emi Buendia comes in, he knows exactly how to make that sweet pass through gaps. Even if teams part the bus, he creates 4 chances per game. We still in for Buendia then?
Do you know, it's mad because I was literally just about to say to you, have you still got your heart set on him?
I don't even know what I got my heart set on anymore, man. I've just lost hope. You know when you just have one lackluster game, you just think, oh, back to square one.
I know. And I'm just trying to stay positive and in high spirits. Because what the thing is, our next game is what, against Newcastle? I just feel like that's just going to be another flat, boring game again.
No, man. We'll come alive.
Will we? But look at our Newcastle play. They're just so...
What time was that Newcastle kickoff? It was a late one as well, wasn't it?
Was it like 6:30 or something around?
I mean, I think Ty would agree with me. I think it's going to be kicked off at 8 p.m. Like, everyone's just tired.
Yeah. Can we just have an early kickoff? Can we just request that, please? Like a midday or something.
Toyosi says Crystal Palace was solid defensively, and unfortunately we didn't do enough. Xhaka was more of a defender today than a creator. Pepe looks to be worse than Gervinho, and when will Aubameyang be benched? He was benched. Do you want him to get benched again? He wasn't that bad. Like,
I think Aubameyang played with more confidence today.
He looked confident to me. I don't think there's other games in the past couple of months where Aubameyang has been questionable, but today I don't think it's up for discussion that he needs to be benched off of today's performance. He was not. It's not like everyone was 8s and 9s and he was a 4. Like everyone was, like you said before, everyone was level with their ratings today. So
there's some super chats as well. One from T.O. CFC rule, loads of numbers. Arsenal had a poor game. They should be beating teams like Palace. You guys should sign Dixon Indaho from Ajax. He's got pace and can bully teams.
Have you heard of that player before him?
Why? Is it the way I pronounce his name?
No, you said his name confidently, like you know him from Ajax. Do you watch a lot of Ajax games? You read the name like, I mean, if I didn't know football, I'd be convinced that was a player. You read that with so much confidence, like, yeah, we should get him.
It's the first name. The first name is convincing.
You could have fooled me. I've never heard that player at Ajax before, honestly. So, but if I didn't know football, you convinced me that player plays for Ajax because you read it with so much confidence.
Oh, mate, what's the other super chat?
We've got Fizz here, who's always running jokes in the super chat, so it's interesting to see what he says here. It says Mbappe recently spoke about joining Arsenal. According to Le Parisien, he said, right, of course he did, didn't he?
Oh, mate.
Of course he did. All right, then. Oliver Shea says it shows how important Tierney is in every game. Slavic Elliott says we lack creativity, discipline, urgency, leadership, form, and so much more. Where's Captain Tierney and Leno for man in a match?
Bold statement, Captain Tierney.
What? Right, the thing is, right, with Aubameyang, the whole reason why I didn't feel like he was a captain, I feel like it kind of got handed to him because of this whole Xhaka incident, and he was like, let's say, the next leader in the camp. I just thought he just wasn't a natural captain because I don't feel like he's vocal enough. But then I saw the video that Arsenal put on their socials, I think yesterday, with the Aubameyang cam, where they were just focused on him for the whole of the game. And he's more vocal than I thought, because when you watch the game, it doesn't look like he says anything to anyone. It looks like he's isolated in his own world. I don't know if anyone else sees this, but it don't look like he's communicating. It doesn't look like he's involved. But when I was watching that Aubameyang, I was like, okay, he's more vocal than I thought. So what's all this talk about finding the next captain so soon? Because Aubameyang's dropped form, now we need a new captain all of a sudden.
Exactly. I think we just need to, stick with our players through difficult times. Because, when he does pick up form again and he's back, is it going to be, hand the captain band back over to him? Sometimes we just need to just hold tight a bit and just be patient as well.
Daps did it. Says KT said a few matches back that we won't be winning every match. These things happen. Only worrying thing is teams will know if the
If they lock.
Okay. If they lock Kieran Tierney down, we won't create. Surely he's not our only creative player. He's a left back, for Christ's sake.
Exactly.
Abba has to be a big flunk, just like Pepe. So James Sharp is not a fan of Aubameyang or Pepe. Kareem Big says Pepe and Willian should be playing Arsenal, not the other way around. Oh, paying. I was going to say, what? That's jokes. Charlene's cute baby face says, do you think it deserved to be 0-0? And can Charlene say hi?
Hi, Charlene's cute baby face. It feels like I'm saying hi to myself.
He's probably typing. I say this every week.
Should I just keep my hands up in the air? I think it deserved to be 0-0. I mean, we didn't really do anything amazing to, you know, get a goal, and neither did Crystal Palace, really.
Niola says, is it Nayeliola? Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Let's ship off the likes of Bellerin, Pepe, Xhaka, Willian, Maitland-Niles quickly and reconvene here once that's done. I'm really fed up with the performances we put in weekly. I mean, in a dream mode, we could ship off that many players in a January transfer window, but I don't think there's going to be that much movement. I mean, what day is it now?
The 14th of Jan.
14th, like almost halfway through, like nothing's really happened. So,
it seems like the main thing right now is to get a goalkeeper in. I think that's where the attention is. What do you make of Runarsson, you know, out and getting another keeper in?
It's a shame on him, really. I would hate to be him right now, because that's got to be the biggest confidence knock. You know, you're 25, you're getting a move to England, Premier League, Arsenal, very well-known, big historic club, and you think, right, I've made it, mum and dad, I've made it. Like, I'm going to Arsenal, you know, sign the contract, I'm going to be the backup keeper, but that means I'm going to play quite a few games, cup games mainly. We're in a couple of cups, you know, I'm in there. I start playing in the Europa League, play a few fixtures, 4 months down the line, there's talks of me being replaced and going out on loan. It just makes you question your ability. I mean, yes, he had a really poor game in the Man City game in the Carabao Cup, but like, that's what we bought you for cup games, and you got us out of the cup pretty much. So that's less games for you to play anyway. And you didn't play well. Like, so it's a shame for him, and I just wouldn't want to be in his position right now, because boy.
Do you think like the backlash that he got from that perhaps played a part in that decision as well?
Maybe it's him forcing the move. Maybe he can't stand the heat. You know, some players don't like all that stuff. Like, we're a very vocal club on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, on this platform. Like, Arsenal fans do not hold back. Like, whether players want to shut themselves off from the virtual world, turn their phones off, somehow that information is always going to get back to them. And maybe he didn't like it, because I remember he had a tweet where he basically abused Wenger, said Wenger's, you know.
Yeah, that was quite a few years ago, wasn't it?
He was younger, and I think that's why he got mainly the abuse for. So yeah, it's hard on him, but what can I say?
Very hard on him.
Tolu T says, this is a must-win game. Well, it was a must-win game. Should it be struggling against Palace? What signings do you ladies think will fill the void? What, this transfer window? Ain't nothing in that void, boy. I was very excited to see Thomas Partey back in the squad and to see him come back on. I didn't think he'd get that much minutes. But then there was not much on the bench that could change or influence anything that could get us a win today. So in terms of signings, like you said, now that there's rumours that Runarsson could be going out on a loan, goalkeeper definitely, but I think left back and still a number 10, but not just the guy from Norwich, not just a midfielder from Norwich or a winger from Norwich. I mean, like, anyway, like, it's just pointless talking about it, because it's not going to happen. First of all, we don't have the funds. Second of all, we're hardly in Europe. Yeah, we're in the Europa League now, okay, but we've got a hard game against Benfica in the next stage. And okay, let's say we do progress in the Europa League, we're still not that big team right now that can attract big players. So we can say all the names we want, and I would love to start reading off all these names I think would fit into this team, but are we in fairyland?
Well, we are in fairyland when we make our score predictions.
Definitely me, boy. Freddie Rapp says, why the F do Oba and Pepe play on the line? We can't just wait for Oba to get form back. He is slowing down our chances of moving forward. Don't get me started on Louise. Walking at F's sake. Oh, we'll move it. I read your comment. Moving on. El Takpo Play says, Xhaka and Ceballos were the best outfield players. Maitland-Niles was shocking and messes up every opportunity he's given. I was so disappointed. I feel like maybe he was overthinking it, because we've seen Maitland-Niles be good. So
do you feel like
he looked so bad today?
Do you feel like he was trying to prove, right, I need to prove myself, and that perhaps put a bit of pressure on him, which is perhaps why he didn't perform to the abilities that we know he's capable of?
I feel like he was trying too hard to impress Arteta, because like I said, I know this, maybe I'm reading too much into things, but like I said, I was watching that Aubameyang cam video. If you haven't seen it on Arsenal socials, go and watch it after I say this, because, well, after the show, whenever, because at the end of the Oba cam, obviously Arteta comes onto the pitch at the end of the game. shakes Oba's hands, congratulates him on the goal against Newcastle. And Maitland-Niles is right there next to him. You would have thought Maitland-Niles played for Newcastle the way that Arteta dismissed this guy. Like, it's like Ainsley when he was standing there, he just like, said, yeah, and kept it moving. It's like, that's your player. Like, he helped you in the FA Cup and the Community Shield last season. Show him some love at the beginning of this season. Like, show him some love. Like, but I could be reading too much into that. I like to like nitpick at things. But it's like you're there bigging up Aubameyang. Ainsley's right next to him, and you just tap him and walk on. That to me, that body language to me shows me that relationship's not too good there. And it's like Ainsley really has to prove himself to get back into Arteta's good books. But I could be totally wrong, and it could just be, just what it is.
And obviously, if that is the case, that's going to put even more pressure on him to perform even more, because he'll probably feel like he's got to prove himself even more to get that respect from the manager, if that's the case.
Yep. Mohsin Hanif says, can Arsenal sign a player who transforms a team like Suarez for Liverpool or Bruno for Man United? Tottenham and Chelsea are more attractive clubs to join now. First of all, do you think Tottenham and Chelsea are more attractive clubs to join in terms of how they're doing this season?
Well, obviously, Man U sitting top of the table, so that's going to draw a bit of attraction there. Tottenham, they're looking all right as well. So, yeah, it will draw that attraction. Where we sit in 11th place.
11th, yeah.
So, it obviously doesn't work in our favour.
Out of those three teams that he's mentioned, I don't think Chelsea are the more attractive club to join. I just think it'll be the same reasons as us, because they're a big club and they've got a bit of history. Not massive amounts of history, but they've won things and they're a big club. Just that's the same reason we can say people will come to Arsenal, because it's Arsenal. Do you get it? But for Tottenham, they're growing their little brand, whatever. I'm going to try and be diplomatic here. They're growing their brand. They're doing well. They've got good players in their team that are getting results. But they're not that attractive to join. It's still Tottenham. Yeah, they're doing well this season. But if I'm a player from, let's say, Juventus or PSG, I'm not going Tottenham. What for? Why?
Of three, well, actually include us as well. So of the four teams, who do you think is the most attractive?
Liverpool, United, Tottenham, Chelsea, or us. I think probably Liverpool, 100%, because they're a big club with history and they're at not the top of the league, but they're there and thereabouts. You know what I mean? So I think Liverpool, United, Tottenham, and Chelsea. I don't think all the clubs are attractive, right? But out of the five, I think it will mainly be Liverpool and United.
So not us either.
At this stage, no. Major Brick says Bellerin should get a Premiership award at the end of the season for most back passes at a right back. He sometimes play it safe, send it back home, give it back to Leno or something.
There's some super chats as well. There's one from Temideo Akundeo saying Xhaka was the man of the match in my honest. Tackle after tackle, forward playing balls. Bellerin completely messed up our best chance of the match where the ball was intended for Laka. Yeah, did you see that, Pips?
Yeah, that was annoying, man.
I was standing there, arms out. Bellerin.
But in terms of Xhaka, I do have some stats on him. Like you said, Temideo, that he was your man in the match, tackle after tackle. But I can say he had the most successful passes for Arsenal, most touches for Arsenal, most duels won for Arsenal, but only 60% won, most tackles with 6, and most clearances with 3, which is quite low numbers to be fair, but he was the best at it. And he had the most possession gained with 13, and most possession lost though, at 17. Rob Holding and Xhaka both had 2 shots each, most for a single player for Arsenal. It's a bit crazy. But Xhaka, I think if you're going to give it to an outfield player for man of the match, I think he's probably the only candidate from tonight's game.
Another super chat, here, from Richard K saying Chambers out, Mustafi out, Socrates out, Ozil out, Pepe out, and Willian out. Harvey Barnes in. I do like Harvey Barnes. Adama Traore in. Dean Henderson in on loans as number 2 in goal. Costa in on free. Out of them, I'd take Harvey Barnes.
Yeah. I don't know where you're going with Adama Traore. Dean Henderson, I'm pretty sure he's happy at United. Costa, I think I heard that he's not interested in coming to. Actually, let me not quote that. I read something that he's not. Arsenal not interested in getting him or something like that. But why Chambers out? He hasn't even done nothing yet. He's not even really. He played recently was it the cup game that he played in? But he hasn't really had give him at least 3 games. He's just come back from an injury. He hasn't done anything wrong. He was one of our best players before his injury. So for that reason alone, I want to give him another chance, see what he's got. But if he's not the full package yet, I agree. Let him go. He's been here years, Years.
I know.
Little Chris says Bellerin was very quiet. Pepe and Nketiah not Premier League level, and Xhaka is inconsistent. But he wasn't inconsistent today, though, was he? But in general, yeah, he's very inconsistent.
Player overall. Another super chat here from Taj Bambra saying, "Hello, ladies. Hey, Taj. Your show brings a smile to me after a stale game. Team seemed tired. Thoughts? Kieran was missed, and today proves some players need to go. Well, I'm glad we can make you smile. And yeah, as we were saying earlier on in the show, I mean, Kieran Tierney has been a massive miss for us, and we did mention that we do need a backup there for left back for when Tierney ain't on the pitch."
Tom Paither? Tom Paith PR says, "We looked like we did 1 month ago. The honeymoon phase is over, and Pepe needs to learn how to be comfortable with his right foot." I mean, at this age, yeah. I mean, I know it's different generations, but like, if you look at some of the kids that are training in, like, let's say like under 9s, under 10s, if they're right-footed, their coach will tell them, hit it with your left. Like, how can you not be 2-footed at this age? In this, it's 2021. Like, you're a professional player, and you're right. He needs to be more comfortable on both feet, because honestly, man, this is Premier League now. Like, you're in the big league, dog. How are you playing with 1 foot? You're playing with 1 foot, and even that same argument with the whole right-footed centre back, left-footed centre back. But God gave you 2 legs, I mean, it's not
in the other foot.
I'm not giving you very footballing terms here, but like in terms of common sense, like train them both up, like, so you're comfortable on both body weights, on both sides of your feet. Like, honestly,
no, 100% agree with that.
Lucky you didn't concede the penalty as well. Yeah, Zaha was begging for the penalties with them dives in the box. I think he did it twice. No, was it twice?
I lost count.
It wasn't that many, but he was raging. He was always calling for something. But Aubameyang. It was a bit soft, but there was a chance that, he was dragged down in the box and he didn't even appeal it. He just got back up. I know you're hungry to win the game, but sometimes just drop. Even Bellerin was chipped over on the edge of the box, but inside the box, and he just carried on. I'm thinking, bro, drop. Man United do it, and it works for them. Drop.
With that Aubameyang one, I was hoping we would get a pen for that. Levante, go on.
If you had to have one manager's lid for life, would you choose Arteta's or Emery's? Lid.
What do you mean by lid?
If you had to have one manager's lid for life, I'm trying to interpret what this could mean, but I don't understand, so I'm going to have to come back to this one.
A lid closes something.
If you had one manager's lid for life. Yeah, I don't know.
Are you figuring it out? A super chat's just come in from Jake Harp, calling Aubameyang the Gabonese Jamie Vardy is an insult to Jamie Vardy. Some spam.
I haven't heard that in a while, Gabonese Jamie Vardy. Anyway, without Tierney, we showed that we have nothing. There's a lot of Tierney fans in the chat, well deservedly so as well. I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry. But it says Bellerin's Arsenal's biggest nightmare, 0 crosses, given. I swear he made a cross. Someone give me some Bellerin stats right now.
I'm pretty sure he did as well. What about his shot that he took as well?
He should not.
Actually, no, that wasn't on target.
He should not have taken that shot.
Oh, mate.
Mr. Envy says no players want to come to Arsenal. Fab119 Fab says Arteta did a better tackle than David Luiz would. Wait, Arteta did a better tackle than David Luiz, and would any of these players fit into the Invincibles? Is that the point? Did you see when
Arteta the ball getting onto him? Yeah, but the ball went out of play. Didn't it go out?
Arteta's dying to get back on that pitch.
Do you blame him? If your players ain't falling, I know I'd be that manager. Like, boy, I might as well just go on the pitch and do it myself.
I swear you can get penalised for that though. Like, he shouldn't be getting involved in the game like that. Like, he was too involved. Like, he fully tackled someone. Who did he tackle again? Was it Weren't
it Townsend?
Oh, I don't remember.
The ball went out of play.
Madman.
Someone just confirmed. Well, a few people are saying lid means hair.
Oh, I've never heard that one before.
I know. I mean, where's that from?
Oh, you're talking about the actual hairstyles? Arteta.
Yeah, I was going to say straight away Arteta. I mean, we're out of date with the latest slang, but lid, I ain't heard that one either.
I don't know that's a term for hair.
Well, that's what they're all saying.
Man thing, I don't know.
Lid, I guess it is the top of your head. Like,
yeah, I don't want my lid to be open, bro.
Huh?
Lids get open and closed. I don't want my head to be opened.
Why didn't they just say who has the better hair?
I mean, it's not that hard. Divesh says Arsenal need to stop relying on certain people to create something. They need to earn their places and start pitching in for real. What do you mean? Arsenal need to stop relying on certain people? Like you're talking about the Tierneys and the Sackers, I guess.
And Emile Smith-Rowe.
I'm not gonna lie, Pepe looks like he's doing stepovers in wedges, not football. What's wrong with you guys, man? I can say a man's wearing wedges on the football pitch. Are wedges? Do they even still exist? Do people still wear wedges?
Huh?
You got wedges?
Do I look like the type of woman that owns wedges?
You never know, man.
I like a nice thin stiletto type of shoe. Couldn't say stilettos. Wedges. I'm not a fan of wedgies. They're a bit boring.
I owned a pair once. Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
I owned a pair once that I never wore.
Stefano says he didn't tackle him. Ball came out of play and he had a man down. Arteta was trying to grab the ball to start. Yeah, no, but I need it on replay, man. It's like he got too involved. Like he was ready to just jump on the pitch.
But the ball came out of play and then he sort of just put his foot on top. It didn't look like a tackle from what I saw.
No, it was too much, man. What did I see here? Arsenal should consider bringing in troops as a touchline motivation cap.
Like Gunnosaurus.
What? The poor Arsenal players. He'll be like, "Listen, you what lad? What are you doing?"
I take this one lad off the pitch. I would actually love to see that pitch.
Oh my
Can you imagine? It might motivate them though. Imagine you got troops on the side and you know he goes in. He doesn't back down.
He said he would shout to Bellerin, "Don't pass, blood. Are you mad, bro? You understand, blood?" For that reason alone, he will not be on the touchline.
Maybe just try it in like a cup game.
Oh, mad.
Oh.
Freddie Rapp says Aubameyang literally gets played because Arteta feels the need to put him in. He isn't improving. He plays so far wide, making no runs. He needs to be more central and making interlapping runs. David Luiz was, I'm guessing you wasn't impressed because you're crying. You crying.
I'm crying.
Do you think that Aubameyang does he need to put him in? Do you feel like Arteta feels like that? How can Arteta feel pressured to put in a player?
I mean, he has just signed a new deal for what, 3-4 years?
Mm.
I mean, he was one of our key signings that we needed during our previous transfer window. And if he is sort of lacking in form for whatever reasons, I mean, perhaps Arteta feels the need to sort of play him to get his confidence and get him back to the player that he was before. So maybe in that respect, yeah, he perhaps does feel the need to play him, because by benching him or dropping him, then, I mean, what is that going to do? May not work in a positive way.
Yeah. TJ John says, "Hi ladies, sending love from Sweet TNT. Sweet Trinidad."
A picture of the beach just comes to my head straight away as soon as I hear TJ John. I actually know who he is now.
Disappointed by the draw, but hopefully we'll be back to winning ways against Newcastle. By the way, I thought of you ladies whilst eating roti yesterday.
Oh no, I'm hungry already. I mean, how are you guys feeling about the game against Newcastle? Pips, are you confident that we'll get a win against them?
We're going to win 1-0.
You reckon? Is Saint Maxima due back? Because I know he suffered with COVID and apparently was in France or something for some time, but apparently he's back now.
Oh, what, do you think he's going to be a massive threat?
I think he'd be a bit of a problem for us.
I remember last season at home, he was one of the only players causing mad problems to us, like at the Emirates. Oh, I was watching it from the stands thinking, nah, this guy needs to stop running at us like this.
I mean, he's recovering from COVID and he's had it for quite a while as well, it seems.
I don't think he'll step straight back into a starting 11.
Exactly. It does make you a bit fatigued.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you think we'll get a 1-0 win?
Yeah, man. I'm trying to be optimistic, man. Honestly.
I'm seeing some 2-0s coming in.
Oh, what did Freddie say again? Because Lucifer said Freddie acted like he knows how to coach. What did Freddie say again? Freddie Rap. Oh gosh, I forgot, guys. Remind me. I saw a really good comment here about if we were on form. I can't remember who wrote it, but he said, judging by Arsenal's current form, where do you think Arsenal will finish in the league? I think it said something like that.
So judging by our current form.
Yeah. I'll try and find the comment and who it was from, but I think that was the question.
We saying like a mid-table kind of finish.
Oh God, I feel sick.
Oh, sort of around 8th, 9th mark.
Oh, same as last season then. No improvements there. Do you think a manager's job at Arsenal, not a manager in general, because everyone has different objectives for the league and for the season at their different clubs, but for Arsenal, do you think Arteta is safe in a job if he finishes the season in 8th or 9th?
I think it depends on what the long-term plan is. I mean, is it a case of him trying to bring in all the players that he wants? Because, you know, there's this whole project that they're all talking about, that everyone's backing him for, and no matter...
Project Mbappe.
No matter how much stick he's getting from the fans and everyone on the outside, even when we're going through our rough patches, they're fully saying, look, we are backing Arteta. So I think this season, if we don't finish top 6 or whatever, I don't think he should be fretting that his job's on the line. And it takes time to build something. So let's just be patient. And it seems like the board are saying the same thing. You know, it's going to take time, and they're backing him all the way. So I don't feel like his job will be on the line. And have I gone completely off, or was that the question?
Yeah. What's the question?
So yeah. I mean, are you in agreement, or do you think his job will be at stake?
I genuinely think whether they back him or not, on what they believe in his project, I think finishing 8th is not part of the project. I think maybe it's 6th, even though it's not a major difference. It's a big difference.
It's a big difference.
I think if he's 6th, I think his job is a bit safe. But anything below that, I think is a problem for the board, because what's the project then if in your second season you're finishing in the same position you finished last season? What project is that? Sounds like a failed project.
Do you feel like we could perhaps be looking at a 6th place finish when we look at everything that's happening around?
I mean, it's possible, but I don't know how likely it is with our form. Is so inconsistent, like you say, and there's so many changes there's too much rotation in the squad, and I know it's because of reasons that a lot of other teams will face as well, with COVID, players being out due to that, injuries that happen. But there's been too many changes. We had a really good starting 11 in the game against West Brom, the game against Newcastle. It was working, and then because he had to force his hand and make changes today, it's just like, if we're going to keep making these changes and throwing players in, I mean, I've seen so many comments slating Ainsley Maitland-Niles, but how is Ainsley Maitland-Niles supposed to look good when he just gets thrown into a game, not even off the bench, just starting the game, pressure's on, you haven't started in months, and you get thrown into a game and you expect everyone to just think he's going to just look amazing.
And not only that, I mean, look at whose boots he's trying to fill. It was Kieran Tierney that he's filling in for. And, you know, we can see how much he's been missed. And obviously, if he ain't playing to Kieran's standards, then he's going to get a lot of stick.
Kieran Dinan says, Smith Rowe, Xhaka, Martinelli, Laka, Tierney, without that chain, we're fighting Leeds and Co for mid-table. We're already fighting Leeds and Co for mid-table. Stefano agrees with you, saying big man team, we're finishing same as last season. N.E. Twaydon says Arsenal need Isco, not Buendia. And Romeo, I saw that Lucifer guy, the devil that he really is, tried to call me names. Don't get yourself blacked, honey. Says Romeo Daly Jr. says Aubameyang's piss poor form isn't talked about enough. I mean, are you sure? Have you just joined here? Because everyone's been getting onto Aubameyang. Martial and Werner always get slandered when they have better numbers than Aubameyang. Werner cannot have better. What's Werner's numbers? Don't let me Google it right now. Werner cannot have better numbers than Aubameyang. There's no way. There's no way.
How many goals has Werner scored?
In the league?
Yeah, I swear. Has it only been 1 goal?
Oh, gosh, guys, remind me, please.
Did he start early on in the season? I don't know, because I know he scored 1 the other day, or was that a cup game? Can't actually remember.
Cup game.
All right.
He's got 4 goals, you know.
Oh, has he got 4? Are they what in the league?
Yeah, in the league.
Okay.
And he's got 3 in the Champions League and 1 in the EFL Cup. He does have better numbers than Aubameyang.
I didn't realise.
Well, that argument's over.
That shut us right up, didn't it?
Thank you very much. David says Ainsley had a poor game, but I just said this. But what's that? That's what happens when you're thrown in like that. He needs to get a run of games together, exactly, and in the same position. Not a run of games where 1 minute you're in left back, next minute you're in hold, then you're at right back, then
then you're in goal.
Have some consistency. What's this now? Oh, there it is. Should I block you or not? To block Lucifer or not? Right. You decide in the comments.
What was that?
To block Lucifer or to not block Lucifer?
I can't. Why? What's Lucifer saying?
There you go. I'll let you all laugh at this comment while we're here. Little Chris says, "Hello, Pippa and Charlene from Melbourne, Australia."
Hey, little Chris, what's going on?
I'm a passionate Arsenal fan, and seeing them like this is making me cry. Can I please join AFTV because I have a lot to talk about? I know. Maybe once all this is over, we should get Robbie to start the show again, where the international gooners have their segment. Don't quote me on that. I mean, I'll talk to him, but I can't promise nothing. Julia says, "What happened to the 3-1 prediction?" Yeah, that went out the window.
I mean, at what point of the game were you just like, I ain't getting this right?
From the moment the starting 11 was announced. So before the game even started, hun. Marcelo Adino says, "If we sack managers every few months, we'll never improve. If Arteta gets a few seasons to get the squad exactly how he wants, the excuses stop there." Yeah, you see when you say that, that makes so much sense, and I agree with it. But at the same time, I don't want to keep giving someone a chance when they're finishing lower and lower every season. But like we say, the season ain't over yet, so I can't judge him until May, June, whenever it ends, because we don't know if we'll have any pauses at this point. So I'll judge him at the end of the season. But if a manager's gonna not get better in the league, we can't just say, "Oh, give him a chance," because it's going to be inconsistent changing managers every few months. But there was a time where Chelsea changed their manager like 3 times. It was like 3 times every 2 years, and in that time they even won the Champions League. So I'm not buying that, Marcelo, but you do make a good point though. There's another super chat here from Taj Bambra. It says, "We took that loan out until May 2021 based on the funds received of being in the top 4. Arsenal are hoping to be in Europe. Otherwise, we cannot afford the squad. No mainstream income is coming in." I mean, I don't really talk about the business and technical side of things, but I know you heard about the 120 million, I think it was 120 million pound loan. When I heard that, I was thinking, wow, we're in trouble, boy. How are we affording Aubameyang, Mesut, Kolasinac, all them big wages? Is Mustafi still here?
Yeah, he is.
Oh my days.
Wait, is he still here?
That's where he is.
Yeah, it's
Kolasinac that win.
Yeah.
Gosh, mate. How are we affording all those big wages then?
Well, we got another 6 months of Ozil? 5 months?
But he might be gone this window, maybe.
Who knows?
Giselle says, "As a Chelsea fan, I can even say it's really shameful to see how far Arsenal dropped. Can't even sign their transfer targets like Aouar and Szoboszlai. Also, love from Trinidad and Tobago." Wow, there's a lot of Trinidadians.
Oh no, big up. What is the time in Trinidad and Tobago at the minute?
Sorry, I just need to put this person on timeout because they're spamming. Who is Arsenal's best player of the season so far, Sean?
Oh, should I say the first player that sprang to my mind?
Go on.
Oh wait, actually,
no. Say the one that came to mind.
Tierney.
Mine was Xhaka.
I don't know. Yeah, because there is Xhaka, there is Gabriel, but he's been recently.
Yeah.
No, I gotta give it to Xhaka. Actually, he's our star boy, Xhaka.
Star boy.
Superstar Xhaka.
Taffy the poet says, "Hi Pippa and Charlene. Leno was brilliant again. Maitland-Niles is great defensively, but our attack always broke down in the third because of sloppiness." It wasn't only the sloppiness. Like I said, Crystal Palace were really well organised defensively as well. So, but yeah, sloppiness definitely added to it as well. Everyone's saying, oh, they've got some answers coming in to answer the question. Saka, Leno, Saka. TM says, surely Saka. Mohammed says Saka. Someone says right one is Leng. Best player Leno. Don Corleone says Willian. That's got to be a bit of banter, isn't it?
But maybe it is in their eyes.
In which world? Tierney easily. And there's a lot of votes for Saka. Say that again.
I said it's nice to have some options there.
TM said Hecky B. Emmanuel says, girls, aren't you guys disappointed on how we're playing? I miss the days of Highbury's. Players don't tremble at the Emirates Stadium. No, they look forward to coming here. Did you not see Eberechi Eze's face? Like, a young player like that who plays for Crystal Palace should be scared to come to the Emirates. He should be shook, thinking, "Oh my God, I've got to put on my A game." He's there before the whistle blows, whispering with Zaha and Benteke, having a laugh, saying, "Yeah, you go there, and I'm going to do this." And
he didn't look nervous at all.
He was ready to rile it up. Like, you're right. We miss those days where people are scared to come to Arsenal. Now it's just the league is just friendly. Everyone's just mates, but everyone's just friends. Like, there's no war on the pitch. Everyone just like turns up for their job, evening job, 8 o'clock shift, couple hours, go home. Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't
in the gym.
Yeah, like, it's not the same. Like, no one's scared to come to the Emirates. It's just another game in the league. So that's
a super chat here from Marcelo Dino saying, fair, but we aren't Chelsea or City. We can't continuously spend to cover the cracks. Liverpool finished 8th with Klopp. 4 seasons later, they're champs.
Mm-hmm.
The super chat.
Say it again, sorry, if I can't see it.
I literally just came to our screen, basically just saying that Klopp finished 8th, and a few years later, Liverpool are champs. I mean, what, can we give it a few years?
Yeah. How many? When you say a few years, are you talking like 2 to 3 years or 5 to 6 years? Like, what's your bracket when you're saying a few years?
2 to 4.
I'm gonna be old by then, boy.
No, man, we're young pips.
Nico says Leno isn't getting enough mentions. He saved Arsenal again today. We was bigging up Leno the whole the stream.
We said Leno's our man of the match for today. Where you been, Nico?
Exactly. Temp Steps says, considering the lack of Tierney and Martinelli and how well Palace defended, the clean sheet and the point is good. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it is. Maldine says players are getting paid Champions League football and they are giving the fans Europa League games. Not even that, but they're giving us oh gosh, man. Film Lab Niger TV says, hello Pippa and Charlene. The game is not a bad game for me. Crystal Palace sat in to get us on the break. The boys did well to keep a clean sheet. I believe we can pick up some positives. # we move.
Keep it moving. I mean, the positive we can pick up is we didn't lose. We did manage to keep a clean sheet. I mean, we got 1 point from the game. I think, obviously, where we've been winning games, we're just expecting that bit more, ain't we?
Yeah. Sending love from Italy. Feel like today was a big setback given recent performances. Hope it doesn't send us back to pre-Chelsea form. That's from email 94. I want to forget about the pre-Chelsea form, man.
I know. I feel like we've moved forward from that. And yeah, we got a draw today, but let's not get into a negative mindset. Let's just keep positive. I mean, we have got Newcastle coming up. We played them the other day, boring, flat game. Hopefully we can get a 1-0 win, as Pippa has predicted, and she's scratching her eye to say, yep, I feel confident about that 1-0 win. We will get the 3 points. So let's just keep that positive attitude, guys.
Yes, sir. Genesis DeJean says, hey, ladies, great job you're doing. I think Arteta cost us the game by playing KT on Saturday. He burned the lad out. Imagine the difference he would have made in this game. Y'all doing a great job.
Big up, Genesis.
Yeah, I hear that. I think a lot of my friends were saying as well that he shouldn't have played. Was Newcastle on Saturday? What day is it today?
It was. Today is Thursday. Yeah, it was Saturday.
My days all mashed up. But yeah, a lot of people saying he shouldn't have played Tierney on Saturday. But then again, in that game, he made the difference, and we had to play all the way till extra time to get something out of that game. So it's a sticky one. But yeah, of course, it depends what you're more interested in: getting points in the league or getting through to another round of another cup game of the FA Cup. So
it is a sticky one, which brings us back to the conversation of we need another left back.
100%. What left backs are there though? We're gonna have to look in different leagues, like abroad. After Newcastle, we have an excruciating 7 weeks. I think we finished 10th this year. By the way, I say Tierney's been our best player. Xhaka a very close second. 10th, you know.
Wait, who have we got coming up? So we got Newcastle. Then who have we got after Newcastle?
You know what's mad? I haven't even checked. Like I've always just, even since like December, I was like, yeah, we've got West Brom, we've got Newcastle again, Crystal Palace. Like I haven't even checked after that.
I know. Do you know? I did actually check, but I've actually forgotten now. Let me have a quick look. So we got Newcastle, Southampton, Man U, Wolves, Villa, Leeds.
Oh, but then before that Southampton game, we've either got them or Shrewsbury in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are not a good. This is not a good run of games. Wolves again, Aston Villa again. Us 3-0 at our house. So what are they going to do at Villa Park? Leeds, that was a draw, wasn't it? Was it 0-0?
Yeah, I think it was a draw.
Then we've got Benfica in the Europa League. Then we've got Man City at home, Leicester away. But yeah, it's actually long.
West Ham, Liverpool. And then we can breathe because we got Sheffield and Fulham.
Oh, what you think? They're going to give us an easy ride? No. After the performance Fulham had against Tottenham.
No, they looked good yesterday.
After Sheffield got their first win of the season. No, it's fine. We're done.
I mean, Sheffield might find some form because look at how Fulham were start of the season compared to how they're playing now. So, mate, it should be interesting.
I read this, didn't I? What's the name of that cup, man? In the that lower league cup. Oh, this is gonna bug me. It sounds like John. Anyway, that's the type of football we're playing.
What are you talking about? Like Sunday League?
Yeah, no, it's not Sunday League. Like League 1, League 2 playing in this cup, man.
Oh,
guys, what's the name of the cup? That's gonna bug me.
Google it.
Can't be asked. I wouldn't know what to type in.
League 1 cups.
You lot in the comments will know, man.
All right, give them 2 minutes.
Whilst I look through, actually, read some comments.
All right. So Jason Belfield is saying not enough pressure, not enough closing players down, not enough of anything. Oba cannot score. Laka doesn't get anything in the box. Lazy midfield. Will any man stand up at Arsenal? I mean, Jason does not sound happy at all. All right.
Hold on. It's not the Papa John's Trophy. What did Papa John's Trophy used to be called before that? I think it's that, but it wasn't called that before. I think it's whatever it was called.
Cup.
Huh?
Leasing Cup.
No, it's not Checker Trade either. What was Papa John's
Trophy?
No, man. It's old school. You guys will know this.
Stone Paint. Huh? Johnstone Paint Trophy.
No. Yeah, forget it, man. I won't remember it. Honestly.
Have you unblocked Lucifer?
I didn't block him.
Oh.
We all like a bit of banter, don't we?
Is it the Checker Trade Cup?
No, it's not that one. Forget it, guys. I won't remember. But yeah, to be fair, all of these still count. We play this type of football anyway. But it's not the name I was looking for. No, it's not Checker Trade. It's gonna bug me. I bet as soon as the stream finishes, I'll be like, oh, that's it.
Yeah. Come back on. Guys, by the way, the cup was called.
Oh, it's gonna annoy me so much. Oh, not Carling Cup, man. Yeah, I swear the name Mickey was in it, or the name John was in it. Like
John Johnson.
No. Anyway, we move. Theodore Day 22 says backup keeper Romero from Man United, backup left back Grimaldo, backup Cam Buendia.
I know you're in agreement with the Buendia.
Mm-hmm.
Romero. Carling Cup. Sorry, it just come in.
No.
LDV Vans Trophy.
Bothering me so much.
Vans.
No. That means Vanarama, I think, or something. Maybe it was a Johnson paint, man.
John Smith's.
Anyway, literally, the name that I want is not. A man said it's Mickey Mouse Cup. Oh, bothering me so much. Maybe it was Johnston Paint. I know it had a name in it. I think it's Johnston Paint. It might be.
Emmerdale Cup.
That's what we're playing Thursday nights.
Is it on a Thursday night?
This guy said Ramiro won't downgrade to Arsenal. But he hardly plays.
Rude.
Yeah.
Someone put Blood Brothers Cup.
That's it. It's Johnston Paint. No, it's Johnston Paint. It is Johnston
We said that about 10 times.
No, yes, Johnston Paint. That's the type of football we're playing.
Oh.
Sorry, guys. Yes, it's Johnston Paint. That was bugging me so much. Mick Multivilli Music TV says we'll be lucky to get 10th this season. We should focus on the Europa League. What would you prefer? Like, I don't think Arteta could get away with just focusing on the Europa League and then letting the league just slip away with it.
No, we got to stay focused on the league as well. I mean, we don't duck and back out of anything. We need to focus on the league as well and get points there. Yeah. It's not about focusing on Europa League or just trying to take one option. The league is important.
Yeah. What did Marcelo say? Pips, my point was we should give Arteta a chance to build his own squad like Liverpool gave Klopp. No revolving door. We as a club can't afford it. But yeah, when Klopp was given this opportunity, I swear, whilst he was rebuilding his team, he never finished lower than 7th, I swear.
Did he finish 8th?
No, there's no way. No, not having it.
So what if we finish 7th, you'd be happy with that at least?
I mean, it's an improvement. Abid Rahman says, Pips, for Arteta's number 2, that Donny with the AirPods isn't cutting it. Every time I say that, I always think, who are you, man, with the one AirPod?
I know. What's his name?
I always forget to Google him. Like, I know you lot know who he is. I always thinking, nah, who is this guy?
Right, guys, in the comments, let us know. What is his name?
And he does the most talking, especially before they're about to make a substitution. He'll just be there, just all of this to Arteta, like, I think, just the one AirPod hanging.
Yeah, the moment he's talking, right, substitution coming on.
Oh, gosh.
No, when you start getting on to Arteta about Arteta making these decisions, I mean, what about that guy too? He's got some input.
He's just saying Arteta is better off donning the kit and playing in midfield. I saw a comment about Ramiro. This one here says, I'm a United fan, but Ramiro has ambition. He doesn't come out of it, man. What does he want to do? Just pick up a trophy for any games that he didn't play in? What's that about?
Never want to be in a relation battle.
Yeah. What type of relationship battle do you have? You have that.
What are you talking about, mate?
What type of relationship battles are you having? Huh? Oh yeah, Johnson Pay is now called EFL Cup. I'm actually losing my mind. Everyone's talking about Ramiro now, saying he got 37 clean sheets in 60 games. Come on. Imran said he just called the one AirPod man. Now, why does he only have one AirPod? It's not like there's bare noise in the stadium that he needs like one out to hear what Arteta is saying. It's silent, like it's quiet.
He probably needs to listen out for what the players are saying. I don't know. Everyone's got their sort of distinctive mark, haven't they?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. If he didn't have the one AirPod, what would we call him? We wouldn't have nothing to describe him, really. Just the guy that's
right hand.
Yeah. Jakey Mate says, yo, Keisha and Becky, would you bring Unai Emery into the
Well, these will make me laugh.
I didn't think I was going to laugh, but that's actually funny. Don't make me laugh. Oh my gosh. What a fool, man. Why would you write that? Okay, moving on. Oh my days. Times as well. Like, come on, it's too much.
No, these are funny.
Yeah. Moving on. Anthony says, Pippa, Romero will join because he's been 3 years trophyless at United. Is that a good enough reason to join another rival club? Dapper Don Dada says, no, Arsenal need a European trophy. I'll be happy with 10th and win Europa League. Just thought of that. Makes me sick, man. Apparently his name's Sammy Lee, but can we trust our source here, Steve or Nonye? Can we trust?
Oh wait, I saw a different name, but then that funny Keisha and Becky comment. Just...
Albert Stubenberg is another name that keeps coming up.
No, I saw a different name. What was the other name I saw? All right, we're gonna have to start googling these.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap up the show, so make sure you get some good comments in so Charlene can pick out the best one and round it up. No pressure, like give her a good one for once, please. We'll even give you a minute or so because I know you lot try to troll Charlene, man.
I know, don't get on to me today, right? While you get your good comments in, we got Fizz113 saying, laugh my ass off. You two look like Cardi B and Megan.
I mean, talk about sexist. Talk about what?
Oh. Guys, come on, get a good comment in.
Was it 8th? I thought it was 7th, man. A clock finished 8th with Liverpool.
Just about to read that, Pips.
What, to close the show?
No, while they're getting their comments in. I mean,
right,
give a minute.
Ash Barnes says thoughts on Liverpool versus Man United on Sunday. Liverpool are gonna wipe the floor with Man United. Only by 1-0, like we'll be like 1-0.
You think it'd be a 1-0?
I don't think there'll be a lot of goals in it. And if there are, I think it'll be Liverpool.
Yeah. Come on, guys, give me a good comment, please.
No good comments. I feel like maybe your internet's a bit slow because,
or maybe you're just reading old comments.
No, they must be coming in right this second. I've seen about 4 or 5 now. I've seen one from Olodare. I've seen one from 007 LD Dom.
Wait.
There's quite a few.
All right, I found one. All right, from 007 LD Dom. Girls are doing a great job.
I picked that out for her, by the way.
Today, but we keep moving.
Doesn't count because I picked that out for you, but we'll take it.
All right, give me another one, guys.
I picked up 007 LD Dom, but I mean, I basically through-balled that one to you.
Pips, well, I'm surprised your internet's faster than mine. I mean, did you upgrade?
Allow it.
Between Saturday to today.
Allow it, man.
All right.
We're reading Ben Murphy's comment.
Who?
Oh, please.
Well, you've probably seen that before me. All right, here we go. I've got one. Arhan Amin. It's a point. We move and we focus. I just moved. And we focus on the next game, which is against Newcastle. There you go.
I can't find it, but big up Arhan Amin. There we go.
Yeah, comments at different times, it seems.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Big up Ben Murphy for being it. And love to everyone for tuning in. And we'll see you hopefully with 3 points this time against Newcastle. And then, we've got the cup games and all the other big fixtures that are coming our way. So hopefully we get back into good run of form. It was a disappointing result today, but at least we kept a clean sheet and didn't lose. But we needed to see more. Kiratini was a big miss. But we move, as Arhan Amin says, we move. And we'll see you then, guys. Take care. Bye.
Bye.